Hello there, thank you for viewing this presentation about applying for research degrees at the University of Technology, Sydney. My name is Lori Lockyer and I'm the Dean of the Graduate Research School. You may already know a little bit about UTS. We're a young university, just over 30 years old, and we're considered world-class, increasingly rising in the ranks of international universities, considered number 1 in Australia, young universities, and number 13 around the world. UTS is located in the heart of Sydney. We're right in the CBD, within just a few minutes walk from Central Railway Station, located on major bus lines, so it's very easy to get to, and within walking distance of many of the city's attractions such as the Domain, the Botanic Gardens, Darling Harbour, Chinatown, and all of the shops and restaurants and sights of Sydney. We have put a lot of effort over the last 10 years of building a vibrant, evolving campus. You may be aware of some of the world-renowned buildings, such as the UTS Business School, known as the Paper Bag Building, which was designed by eminent architect Frank Gehry. We're particularly proud last year of opening our UTS Central building. That's that shiny glass structure that is in this slide. UTS Central will houses some of our faculties, such as engineering and IT, as well as law. Our library has located in this building, as well as the fantastic reading room. It is our student services hub. If you're interested in doing a research degree at UTS, you'll want to know more about the type of research that we do. What's really important for us is to do transformational research, research that is really going to make an impact on our society, our communities, our world. We have a range of flagship areas, but what's really important for us is to consider the role technology plays in society and how we can integrate perspectives from HASS, humanities, arts, and social sciences, with STEM, science, technology, engineering, and maths across our research activities. Although a young university, we have increasingly been recognized for the research that we do. So all of the research that university put forward in Australia's assessment of research, the Excellence in Research Australia consideration, was deemed to be world standard or above. And we're ranked number 70 in the world in terms of the proportion of our research which is in leading science journals. In addition to having fantastic buildings on our campus, what's inside those buildings means that we have state-of-the-art research facilities for you to do your research in. What you're seeing on this slide includes the protospace, where 3D printing allows us to make different types of materials, and prototype. You're also seeing our data arena, where we can interact with data, as well as our state-of-the-art sports science facilities. Our graduate research students are located across our faculties and institutes. We have a number of faculties: arts and social science, business, design, architecture and building, engineering and information technology, health, including our graduate School of Health, law, science, and transdisciplinary innovation. We also have institutes: Connected Intelligence Center, the Institute for Public Policy, and the Institute for Sustainable Futures, in which you can locate your research degree. We have two main types of research degrees, a master's by research and a doctor of philosophy. A master's of research is typically the equivalent of 2 full-time years, a maximum of 2 full-time years. A doctor of philosophy is the equivalent of a maximum of 4 full-time years. You can do a single degree, a doctor of philosophy, which means you would receive your degree from UTS alone. You may also be interested in our collaborative or dual or joint degrees with other universities. If you're not interested in a research degree located at UTS, you may be interested in a visiting research student opportunity. UTS has what we refer to as our graduate education research framework. This is how we structure our research degrees. Every research student at UTS will be supervised by a panel of at least 2 supervisors. You'll work with your supervisors to develop a graduate research study plan, and you'll revisit that study plan over the course of your degree. On an annual basis, your progress will be reviewed with you, your supervisor, and the responsible academic in your faculty who oversees graduate research. You'll have access to training and development activities. Some of these will be mandatory, and some of these will be your choice depending on the skills and knowledge that you and your supervisors feel that you need to develop. You'll engage in a significant research project, and you will have 3 stages of assessment, and you'll finally submit your thesis for examination. So over the course of a 4-year PhD, you will have a confirmation of candidature in about year 1, in stage 1. This means you'll submit a written proposal, full proposal about what your research is, and you'll present that. Before the end of year 2, you will do another presentation and have written work where you will show advanced progress on your research. Before the end of year 3, you will present your thesis and give an oral presentation that demonstrates that you will soon be ready to submit your thesis for examination. And finally, you will submit your thesis. As I mentioned, we also have collaborative doctoral degree programs. This is an opportunity for students to gain international experience by undertaking a jointly supervised research project at 2 universities, UTS and one of our international partners. This means you'll have supervisors at each university throughout your program. You'll spend at least 1 year at the host university and the rest of your degree at your home university. Your tuition fee and living stipend scholarships will be available for high caliber candidates. And at the completion of the program, both institutions will formally recognize your research with a degree. This is just some of the global partners that we have for our collaborative degrees. You can speak to your potential supervisor about the opportunities of a collaborative degree, and a full list of our partners is available on our website. It's important to know what the support is available for research students. As a research student at UTS, you have very many layers of support. In your faculty, you'll get academic guidance from your supervisors, as well as a responsible academic officer, and the number of researchers within your faculty who will contribute as a community. There will be training and development opportunities, and it's through your faculty that you'll have access to study space and research infrastructure. The Graduate Research School is the central unit across the university who works with you, your supervisors, and your faculty to support your candidature from the point at which you're interested in a degree, right through to application, candidature, and finally submitting your thesis for examination. We also run a range of training and development opportunities, including induction programs, a positive start for international students, research methods, and research writing support. The research office includes a range of people who support the ethics process, contracts, and also intellectual property. And the library has a variety of resources within the library and online to help with your research. Across the university, we also have a range of support. We have language and presentation skills support, peer tutoring program, special needs and financial assistance, health and counseling service, a multi-faith room, a peer network, and a range of clubs and social activities. You'll be interested to know about the scholarships that are available through UTS. The majority of our scholarships are available for 3 years in duration. We have an international research training program scholarship, and this supports tuition fees, living stipend, and family health insurance. We have the UTS President Scholarship, which is a stipend for 3 years. And we also have the International Research Scholarship, which provides support for tuition fees. Depending on where you're located around the world, you may have access to additional scholarships from your home country as well as through UTS. UTS's research degrees are conducted in English, so it's important to ensure that you meet English language requirements before applying for a research degree. Generally, in the HAS disciplines, humanities, arts, social sciences, our English language requirements, if I use IELTS as an example, is 7.0 overall and 7.0 in writing. In our predominantly STEM-based degrees, science, technology, engineering, and math. So for our faculties, that means design, architecture, and building, engineering and information technology, science, and transdisciplinary innovation. If I use IELTS as an example, our minimum requirement is 6.5 overall and 6.5 in writing. And you can see there's a range of English language tests and examples of different types of English courses that we use as entry requirements. A full list of this is available on our website. So once you're interested in applying for a research degree, here's some important steps to think about. The first is to check your eligibility. Generally, to be eligible for a PhD, a doctoral degree, we're looking at someone who has an honors degree from a university in Australia or countries around the world that have 4 years honors degrees which hold research component to them, or a master's by research. So it's important to check your eligibility, and that information is also available on our website. It's a good idea to identify scholarships and the timelines for those scholarships. Those are both the scholarships that are available through UTS, as well as those scholarships that might be available in your home country. And narrow down your research topic. This is important because that will help you find a supervisor at UTS. At UTS, on our website, we have a range of tools that help you search for a possible supervisor, as well as search for the types of projects that are currently available to be supervised. It's important to know that if you are interested in doing your research in business or law, you'll need to contact those faculties quite early in order to submit an expression of interest. For our Institute of Sustainable Futures, our Graduate School of Health, once you find a supervisor, they will also have an expression of interest process. Once you have identified a supervisor, you will need to prepare the necessary documents. That means a research proposal, your CV, your current course enrollment if you're currently studying, your academic transcripts, your English language evidence, and if you're doing a collaborative degree, permission from your home university to engage in the collaboration. What's most important is that you submit your application on time. On this screen, I've given you the sense of when the upcoming application deadlines are. So if you want to start your research degree in January 2021, you'll need to have your application in by the 30th of June 2020. If you want to start your research degree in July 2021, you'll need to have your application in by the 15th of January 2021. So we have an online process for your degrees application. And in that online process, you'll put all those documents that I have just identified. You will also need to provide certified copies of your application, of your academic records to the Graduate Research School. So please consult our Applications Essentials page on the website, and that'll step you through all of the requirements for an application. What happens after you apply? So your application will be assessed by UTS, and if successful, you'll receive an offer letter for your UTS graduate research program, and if applicable, an offer for scholarships. Once that happens, you'll return your signed acceptance to the UTS Graduate Research School, and then you'll receive a confirmation of enrollment. Once you have that confirmation of enrollment, you'll apply for your student visa. What's really important when it comes time to apply for your student visa is you make sure your application for a visa is as complete as possible. Any applications for visas to the Australian government that are not complete take a very long time to process. So those are the highlights of research degrees at UTS, where to go for information, and how to apply. I look forward to answering any questions you have in our webinar session or through the Graduate Research School's dedicated address for those students who are interested in research degree, international students, and that's on your screen here, international.research@uts.edu.au. Thank you.